What's up, y'all? This is Boxing Mind TV with another one. I want to talk about Claressa Shields last night and the amazing performance she had last night in Atlanta, Georgia, in the State Farm Arena against with 18,000 people in attendance. She did a great job, man. I'm telling you, Claressa Shields is really like bringing women's boxing, helping one of the ones that's helping women's boxing to be even bigger and bigger. She did her thing. A lot of stars came out. You had Usher, you had, Rod Wave, you had, just many stars came out. Floyd Mayweather came out there. Terrence Crawford came out there. You had Shakur. You had so many stars came out to support Claressa Shields. Like that fight that she had last night was kind of like how the male top boxers fights be. You know what I'm saying? It was like 18,000 people in that arena. She damn near sold out in ATL if she didn't. Away from Michigan, she did her thing. Did her thing. Great fight, great atmosphere, great event. The undercard was the undercard. It's funny and stuff, but everybody came for the main event to see Claressa Shields become a unified champion again at the 160 pound weight limit, the middleweight division, and she was able to succeed in that and against Kaye Scott. And she dominated from the beginning of the bell. She just dominated. She did what she wanted to do. There was nothing that Kaye Scott couldn't do with Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields did whatever she wanted to do. It was just a matter of time when Claressa Shields was going to either knock her out or they was gonna throw her in the towel because the girl wasn't faster than Claressa Shields. She didn't have the skills of Claressa Shields. I mean, Kaye Scott only had 6 pro fights. You know what I'm saying? And it's not Claressa Shields' fault that's just how it is in women's boxing. I don't know how Kaye Scott got 2 belts already at such a she didn't have too many fights under her belt. But that's women boxing. That's the landscape of women boxing. You can probably win a fight. I mean, not win a fight, but win a belt within just having 2 or 3 fights. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. Women boxing is going to continue to grow, and that's just the landscape of it. After Claressa Shields, the next generation is going to be a little different. It's probably going to be a little harder, just like the Layla Ali era and stuff, and so on and so forth. But Claressa Shields did her thing. It's not her fault that the lady she's facing or the people that's in her that's fighting right now that's not in her league. Basically, she's faster than everybody. She got more skills than everybody. She has better stamina than all the fighters that's in her division. Basically, she has an advantage over all of them. Nobody can really see Claressa Shields eye to eye. But with that said, it's not her fault. She's dominating. So with that said, she went into that fight and she eventually knocked out Kaye Scott with a right hand left hook combination. The left hook landed one time, and it was like it was always gonna be right there. Even the commentators were saying that was one of Kaye Scott's weakness. She always drops her right hand down when she's throwing punches. You know what I'm saying? So that left hook is always there to be landed on Kaye Scott. And it was only a matter of time that Claressa Shields was going to time it perfectly and land it on that chin just right. And that's what she did. She landed it. When she landed, you seen her face, Kaye Scott's face. When she got hit real clean, you already know she was out of there. And then Claressa Shields tried to land it with a couple combinations, and Kaye Scott just fell through the ropes. Not fell through the ropes, but she fell against the ropes while she was going down. And that started to count. And after that, it was basically over after that, because once the count happened, Claressa Shields jumped on her, and before getting a highlight knockout reel or anything like that, the Kaye Scott's corner, threw in the towel, rightfully so. But Claressa Shields did a great job. She did her job in there. It's like it's nobody's in the women's boxing can mess with Claressa Shields right now. She's at the top of her game. Whether she leaves right now, stays, I don't think nobody is going to be able to compete with her. You know what I'm saying? She really doesn't have no competition. All she's doing is collecting belts right now. Just taking belts, adding on to her accolades. But nobody virtually can't compete with her. Nobody has the power, that you think is really gonna hurt her. You know what I'm saying? The speed. She has advantage against somebody in every category, and it was surprising. People was kind of surprised that she was able to keep that power that she uh she ended up getting when she went to heavyweight 175 in the women's division. When she went to heavyweight, she was able to keep that power that she had, that she gained while she was in heavyweight. But she went to 160 and she was able to knock the girl out. Even though the girl, Kaye Scott, wasn't that experienced, but she had the belts. Like I said, it's not Claressa Shields' fault that she's fighting girls that don't have the experience. That's just the landscape of women's boxing. You know what I'm saying? And but she's going in there, she's dominating, she's taking it, she's taking all the opportunities she can, taking all the money she can get, and continue building her name, building her status as the GOAT, as she says, you know, the greatest woman of all time. And she's standing on that, and she's doing that, she's proving that. In her era, nobody's gonna be able to touch her. And it was a great night. It was a great night, you know, of women's boxing. She's holding that torch, and other girls in women's boxing is holding that torch, like Amanda Serrano. Katie Taylor was doing great. You know, them girls are doing good, man. Women boxing is building. It's getting bigger and bigger, you know, with the support of everybody else, the male boxers, and just the stars coming out and, you know, spending the money to come out to that event. And she closed out the show with a great knockout. Great knockout that everybody was waiting to happen anyway. So kudos to Claressa Shields. And I can't wait to see the next fight. You know what I'm saying? This fight was great. And she got the knockout that she definitely needed to get. And the crowd loved it. You know. So let me know what y'all think. Boxing Mind TV. I'm out.